All right. So we'll have more on the Adelphola, but more on what's at stake tonight, because all the knives actually are going to be focused on the new guy in that center position. And that's going to be Ted Cruz, and the fallout for the race is fast and furious because on the other side we have a heap of bad poll news for one Hillary Clinton. That lead melting away. Many say that Bernie Sanders could not only win New Hampshire, where he's been heavily favored and up by double digits, he has a very good crack right now. This is the national poll, which is not at all indicative of what is happening in these two states. But he wins both of those states. And let's say Donald Trump wins both of these states. Well, we could have a very different picture. Okay, we got Joe Listingi. He's a Democratic strategist. Sabrina Schaefer, Independent Women's Forum Executive Director. So, Sabrina, what if that were to happen, if I could flip to the Democratic side? Hillary Clinton ends up not winning Iowa. She ends up losing New Hampshire. And I know she has an incredible operation. And I know her husband had to deal with the same 0-2 sort of deficit here. Different times in 1992 to today. What do you think?
Well, look, Neil, if this election is about anything, it is about authenticity, it is about transparency, it is about whether or not you are part of the establishment or the non-establishment, and I think we're seeing this on both sides of the aisle.
Well, by the
Hillary
way,
Clinton is in
Senator
big
Sanders
trouble.
has been in Washington since the Civil War. So
He sure has, but you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with him.
No, that's an excellent point. Joe, what do you make of that? Whatever you say about Bernie Sanders, and I tell a lot of my conservative friends who don't like a lot of his views on taxes and everything, he is consistent. I was interviewing the guy when he was mayor of Burlington, Vermont. He has the same views now that he had back then when I was, 4 years old interviewing him. Now, what is going on? How do you explain what is going on with him, and more to the point, what is not going on with Hillary Clinton?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but I'll say this. It's GOTV weekend. This is what we live on my side of the aisle. And this is what we live for. This is what I do for a living. This is all the pundits, all that goes out the door because votes finally are getting cast. No more polls. It's actual results.
I know that.
So,
I know that.
So Hillary is pulling out all the stops going in there.
I know. If she were to lose both of these states, wouldn't that be a game changer?
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Don't forget that this is about delegate counting. If they actually, if Bernie Sanders just wins by a little bit in Iowa, or Hillary Clinton wins by a little bit, they're coming out with the same delegate count. That's the lesson Hillary learned in 2008. And now we're going into New Hampshire. She was behind there 2-8, and she came back and won that state.
Okay.
Right.
Sabrina.
Yeah, there's absolutely a real problem here. First of all, I mean, Hillary Clinton is facing potential indictment charges from an Obama judiciary department, which is very, very serious. But she's very vulnerable.
That's not a given. That's not a given.
Hasn't been talked about in a while.
But look, she is vulnerable with a lot of voting blocks that she should not be vulnerable with. Most recently, new research showed that she's very vulnerable with millennials, and that she's vulnerable on Benghazi. People who we don't think of millennials caring about foreign policy the same way, older voters, moms, others do.
But Sabrina, I don't think it's a matter of disliking. I don't think it's a matter of disliking Hillary as much as they like Bernie Sanders. Feel the burn, the passion. He's more exciting. I can't figure it out, but I definitely think there's something there that we're not, to your point, Joe, registering in some of these polls. What do you think?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders has this very interesting message that Democrats and young progressives really like to latch onto. It's this community feel message. He's talking about free college. He's talking about free health care. He's talking about things that allow everyone at the income spectrum, no matter where you fall, to have a shot at something. And that's something that's very appealing to progressives.
It does, but
so what happens is he puts that forward, and then Hillary actually gives the pragmatic answers. We're not going to have a single-payer system in this country. We are not designed that way.
So guys,
it does set the bar for the discussion more to the left, making her look more moderate.
And Neil, it goes to the point that people aren't voting on candidates largely based on their policies. What they're voting on is their likability, their character. Do people connect with them on some kind of personal level? And I think Joe is right that is what people connect with Bernie Sanders.
All right, guys, I want to thank you very, very much.